Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just got told by Nella that my video voice or the sound gets cut off 27 or 28 minutes into it. So, into my last vlog that I did of Reddit. Okay, so we're going to go back to where it stopped, which was, let me have a look. It was here. So it was some of these. And I think I can remember what I was up to. Oh geez, I can't believe that happened to me. What was I up to? Where I was there? Let me have a look. Oh, it doesn't matter. You know what? I'm just going to read them. How many of them were there? 110? No, it's 88. I know I was up to that one, so it was at least up to here. Okay, so if you've heard this before and you want to forward it. But I'm going to continue with where I left off and where the voice went. Alright, so Calligrapher Late says, I always think about just how many trucks have to spend gas and emissions in the air to deliver her stuff every day, as well as the packaging everything comes in that she has to throw away. She doesn't understand the impact she's making. Listen, I know we are all doing the same, but I really try not to have things ordered online. Maybe one order every 2 to 3 months, as well as eating from fresh produce to reduce food garbage. I do what I can. Basic Animal says, I think about this too. Unless it's different in Rhode Island, I don't think so. In the South, but I would imagine it's the same. UPS, Amazon, Target, Walmart, McDonald's, people fulfilling all her pickup orders and deliveries. I would definitely be side-eyeing her for never shopping in store, picking up groceries and Target and Walmart first thing in the morning when they're open, like 8 a.m, when you're a stay-at-home mum and your one child is in daycare is diabolical and lazy as fuck. It really doesn't get worse than that. Even Amber Lynn went into stores and rode mobility scooters. Good point. Standard Girl says, and then she still goes out of her way for a crispy DC and to touch everything in Target store. Yes, you can just give him regular yogurt. Show him how to use a spoon. She is the worst. Agile Masterpiece says, he should be eating solid foods at his age, not purees. She's seriously so lazy and incompetent. I never once prepackaged purees for my son when he started on them. It's so easy to make at home, and she has all the time in the world. Once my son had teeth, I just fed him whatever I am eating, as long as it was cut into small pieces. Yeah, we've never seen him eat anything with her or her husband as like a meal that they've eaten and they're sharing with him. Okay. Alright. Exit Crew. She'll claim he only likes processed ones. Hey Alex, how does he know what processed food tastes like? Alex, it's not as if he's filling these... Alex, it's not as if she's refilling these... reusable pouches with food she prepares at home. All she does is buy big containers of yogurt or applesauce and fill them with that. She is so lazy. It could even be content, but no, she is that lazy. She got it bad right now. Bagels, English muffins, cinnamon rolls for snow, and even smoothies. What the fuck? She must be in a dark time with her I appreciate you fake husband. Move suspicious. She's eating like she's pregnant, bringing up not drinking any caffeine and eating blueberries, smoothies, and etc. Something is up. I hope not. His voice is recorded. I'm not even convinced. His voice is recorded. He's not even there. Convinced of that. That was Wild Ordinary. Standard Girl says, you want spinach, babe? I know you do, darling. What was that all about? Oh, I forwarded that. I thought she has said in a previous vlog that she had bought those pouches and that she was going to make stuff herself, but she didn't, as usual. She didn't. But he didn't like it or something. and that's why she was buying them. I'm very confused. No, it wasn't about them. She lies and switches her story constantly. He didn't like them because she filled them with plain Greek yogurt. I think it's the chicken nuggets, yes, the ones that she was complaining about, that were too expensive. I remember her saying that she was making them herself, but he didn't like them and they were just so expensive. She bought reusable pouches too. She filled them with plain Greek yogurt and he didn't like them. She's an idiot. Put some fruit in it. Of course, as if he's going to like the plain fruit yogurt. She really shows all of her narcissistic tendencies, and it's sad as it affects her sweet son. It's honestly heartbreaking to watch. She is a selfish, you can read that word. And the next one is called a greedy, you can read that word. Different code. Make your own, you lazy excuse for a mother. Background cup. I like how hard it is. How hard is it, to make egg bites at home? We all know she's done it before, and this is going to be her thing now. That she complains about accommodating her son's dietary needs are as expensive. I fully expect her to be about it because he can't just eat what they're eating. Not that she was in the first place. She really is something else. She knows her son has a dairy intolerance, and ever since she has really been monitoring a lot about how she knows her son has dairy intolerance, and ever since she has really been mentioning a lot about how expensive his food items are when she drops cash on herself like crazy without battling an eyelash. Yep, batting an eyelash. And yes, she wants another baby. What if the next one has the same needs? Grow the F up, Al, and do right by your son. Move Suspicious says this. Right, first, it was his chicken sliders that were too expensive. Then she was upset about getting gallons of regular milk and bananas and strawberries all the time. Then she switched to non-dairy because of his intolerance, but bitched all about his snacks and pouches costing so much. I guarantee she complains to Ya about how much daycare costs and his diapers. Yet she spends mindlessly on herself, scrolling on Amazon and shopping at Target every day. She bought like 50 holiday t-shirts and crew necks. Each were at least $25 to $50. She gets her nails done every 2 weeks and doesn't think twice when she wants a luxury item, a new Skims or Uggs drop. She can buy Ya $3,000 tickets for a car show. Yep, they were $1,500 each, but won't spend money on her child for basic things like food and clothes that fit him. When she makes egg bites, she puts canned biscuits in them, which to me defeats the purpose. Yeah, that's one of her hacks, right? That makes it biscuits with eggs. From low carb to carb bomb, exactly. Unfortunately, Anderson was born male. She won't appreciate that kid until he is self-sufficient. Very ungrateful not to be thankful for a healthy son. Yep, should be kissing God's ass that she's got a healthy child. Did you forget that she is the main character? Very insufferable. I don't have kids, but there's no way my wants would come before their needs. That's just mundane break. That's like any normal human who has empathy and feels with everyone. Elevated says she could get him real yogurt and portion it out instead of sugar-filled garbage for $3 a serving. Move Suspicious. She did that and didn't want to wash the reusable pouches afterwards. Of course she didn't, because lazy. She gave him plain white yogurt though, so he didn't like it. But if she put fruit in a bowl, and he'd definitely eat it. But she doesn't want to bathe him, and when he gets it everywhere, that's why she does pouches. No mess, no bath time. Elevated says, of course, lazy as fuck. Babies need food, not just for nutrition, but also for muscle and coordination development. The pouch-based foods prevent that. You think she gives a damn? TBT, I love me some sour cream on a baked potato, but the thought of just waiting it without, I think it meant eating it without anything else, is not my cuppa. Since she gave him plain yogurt, which tastes like sour cream, I can sympathise with Andy. Of course, and I too would not eat it. Had she used a flavoured Greek yogurt, she made yogurt then, maybe the kid would have eaten it and liked it. She doesn't use her head for more than a damn hat rack. Yep. Elevator says, literally, just add some berries into it or touch of honey since he's old enough. If she were to stop giving him the sugar-filled versions, he wouldn't be rejecting the whole food versions. That's true. That said, I love tartness of plain Greek yogurt. I'll just add the teeniest bit of monk fruit sweetener in a bowl, and it's delicious to me. She likes linking things off Amazon. Buy a yogurt maker and make him fresh with his favourite fruit as flavours. It's not rocket science, and and rocket science, and the yogurt can be made with his special milk. She's just too lazy. She is truly yep, she sure is. I've run out of words for this despicable person, Silver Mention says. Same. She's not a mother. I've never loathed anyone on the internet more. Join the club, move suspicious. Enigma says she's an incubator and the jury is still out on that one. That's right. Such dare. He's old enough to just eat whatever Alex and Ya are eating, which is as unhealthy as the crap she's currently feeding him. Unfortunately, but I guess Alex needs complete concentration while binging, so Anderson has his meals served separately and then is put to bed. Move Suspicious says she only sees him for 4 hours the whole day. She can't even be bothered to feed him proper meals. Even in this vlog, she made mac and cheese, which was definitely for her, and maybe got a few plain noodles thrown at him. She's a worthless, filthy looking POS. I agree. Move Suspicious says, yet she wants another baby. Powder and Paint. Has she got Anderson a snowsuit? Nope. Move Suspicious says no. She just got him a coat that she doesn't even put on him, which is true. We've never seen that coat. It's going to be 10 to minus 20 Fahrenheit during the next few days where she lives. If they lose power, she better bundle him up. The winter storm looks really serious. All she's focused on is eating, yeah. She was just scared that she's not going to have food at home. Powder and Paint. And they get snow every winter where she lives, right? She really can't stand spending money on him, can she? The coat didn't look warm. That coat didn't look warm to me. Well, nonetheless, it was never on him anyway. Move Suspicious, same. She needs to get him a proper coat that fit for winter weather. All of them are already sick. She's awful. And she tries to say that Anderson didn't get it. I find that hard to believe. Standard Girl, I wonder what kind of heating she has. We see a fireplace in her living room, but she never uses it. Even if she heats on oil, heating stops when you lose power because of the pump. I don't think they have a generator. I'm in New England too, and it's 16 Fahrenheit right now. Sorry, minus 16 Fahrenheit right now. Fucking hell. That's just amazing, because over here we're getting like, in Australia, we're actually having a heat wave during this summer. It was like 43, 44 yesterday degrees Celsius. It's just amazing how the world works, isn't it? If we lose the power, we are still warm and I can still cook on the wood stove. People don't realise how serious loss of power is in this climate if you don't have a backup plan. Very true, Standard Girl. Familiar Author says she doesn't have to give them to her son. She could, I don't know, make real food and not to be dependent on prepackaged stuff. They're fine once in a while, but it shouldn't be the bulk of his diet. And she's the one who introduced it to him. Yep, he certainly didn't go out looking for it. Move Suspicious says, yep, that's all he eats. Never any real food. He lives on snacks and yogurts and teething wafers. Shaking my head. Have we ever seen Anderson eat real food? No. Like an actual meal? No. She never shows his dinner. Just there. You can read that word, dinners. I find that strange. She doesn't show off what he has for dinner. It's all snacks. Hopefully you just answered your own question. It's probably because all she feeds him is snacks for dinner. Move Suspicious says she never shows his food because he eats snacks. That's right, and packaged quick microwavable meals. A banana or fruit for breakfast, crackers and yogurt for lunch, maybe an all dry pizza crust, then veggie nuggets and wafers for dinner, or peanut butter puffs, with at least 6 cups of milk per day. Fit Ninja says, regardless of the price, Anderson should be eating proper food at his age, not pouches, jars of baby food, etc. Yep. Move Suspicious says, exactly. He's almost 2 years old and she's making him eat like a 6-month-old. She could give him eggs for breakfast with a piece of toast, cottage cheese or slices of cheddar with crackers, maybe cucumber slices or some type of charcuterie board. No, charcuterie board's just for her. Mix on a little plate for lunch and normal dinner with a protein, carb and veggie. Maybe chicken, mashed potatoes and broccoli. He only eats sugar snacks. Yogurt melts. What the fuck? Wes Leather says, too bad when your own child needs to become too expensive for the shopaholic. You have to be engaged. You have to be egging kidding me. What's wrong with this COW? But buy overpriced makeup and new couches and decor that you don't need. What a failure as a person. Stuff you. Move suspicious. Right. Anderson's food that costs $3 is outrageously overpriced and put on hold. But her $50 Christmas sweatshirts, that she already has 50 other ones of, was a necessity. He can have veggie sliders often. Because they're too he can't have veggie sliders often because they're too expensive, but she can get her nails done every 2 weeks. I despise this bitch. Sacred Strength says the fact she says this out loud is crazy. She absolutely acts like she hates spending money on him. It's not an act. She actually does hate spending money on him. She has the money. You would think that she would want and get the best for him. She doesn't see him as human. She sees him as big enough for anything, as if he doesn't start being deserving of anything until he's a certain age in her head. What is that age? He's a whole separate human being from you, Alex. Treat him and whole self good from conception on. It's so weird. Letter Abroad says, how did motherhood not change her at all? Because you can't change a narcissist. There's no empathy there. There's no feeling. I was super selfish and irresponsible with money like her before I fell pregnant. Then as soon as I fell pregnant, a switch clicked and everything became about my child. I'll cringe and spend money to eat. I'll cringe at spending money to eat out for myself, but I'll buy whatever food my toddler wants without even checking the price. Oh, you want a punnet of blueberries every day? Sure, sis. Nutrition is such a low priority for herself and sadly now her child. Beautifully said. Move Suspicious says she's a selfish narcissist that never thinks of anyone but herself. Apprehensive says, because the expenses of Anderson's necessities are cutting into the funds of her... You can read that. Piggy, big... There we go. And we all know that Alex puts Alex's needs first because if she is not satisfied and satiated, then all hell will break loose. Also known as she'll have a mental breakdown because she's a weak human being. Grouchy Picture says this whole video was just her trying and failing to clap back at the sub. She was manic as fuck and kept doing that weird ass laugh of hers. Yep. And the chain moving. Like way more than usual. She addressed most of the criticisms we've made against her here in the last week or two. She thinks she's slick, but she's just a low IQ loser. Yep. Temporary Nerve says she's put herself food and shopping before anyone else. Other parents, their kids come first. Yeah, exactly. I didn't see this. Did I see this? No, oh well, this is going to be a new one because I never saw this one. This is great. I've always wanted to be a teacher. How fucking delulu. Your child isn't hitting milestones. What do you want to teach? How to die faster? And this is by Curious Mama. Alex, did you forget that you've documented your life for the last decade? Your true desire was to be an actress, model, and singer. You never once mentioned being a teacher, so stop fucking lying. Said Airline says she's a narcissist and she thinks she can be an actress, model, singer, hairstylist and makeup artist, teacher, mother, astronaut, but in reality she fails at everything. Kids are cruel and I don't think she would last. Can you imagine a kid commenting on her weight in front of the whole class and everyone laughing? She would crumble. I'd love that for her. I would love that for her. Or if a parent, full-grown ass adult, sat down in front of her face and told her she was an idiot. Or a parent criticising her teaching skills. Or when a child cries and she doesn't know how to console them and is screaming and sweating, what do I do? I'll tell her, go and call Nella. She'll put her headphones on. Yep. Dukas wants to be Barbie. Background Cup says, I don't think being a pedo sympathiser would qualify her to teach children for a living anyway. Exactly. She shortens words to sound quirky and four-step instructions utterly confuse her. She can't even take the time to teach her own son anything, let alone a classroom full of kids. We all know teaching was never her calling. Prudent Tonight says she couldn't even figure out that the AirPods come from somewhere when she was using her... Sorry, she couldn't even figure out that the air had to come from somewhere when she was using her pump wrong. Oh my God, I remember that. Quirky Effective says she wants to teach shortened words. No veggies, fake processed junk, how to filter your life, etc. Tell me she doesn't watch and envy Nella and Mrs. Snowflake without telling me. I don't know Miss Snowflake is, but Nella definitely is a teacher. Are they teachers? Yes, both have worked in childhood education. Well, Nella is currently working in childhood education. Isn't her husband working for a school district? I imagine the co-workers would think of her as a teacher after watching her content. I can imagine what the co-workers would think of her. Yeah, I know. Far Palpitation says she doesn't even like her own child. You have to have a master's degree to be a certified teacher. Yeah, that's going to happen. Not in this lifetime. Rice Silly says, and a high school degree. Oh, and a bachelor's. She has nothing. She barely has educated until 12th grade. And the 12th education is more like the 9th grade education. She didn't even make it to 12th grade. She was taken out of high school to be homeschooled by her mum. That's right. She must have a GED from School of Nancy when she went to college for 2 weeks. Can you imagine her trying to research paper and look up credible sources within a database? She can't even say the words the proper way. A hue of mint. A hue? A hue? What was she trying to say? She was testing something with her roommate and tried saying she tasted a bit of mint, but she said a hue of mint. Oh my God. She meant to have said a touch of mint. A hue is a colour. Oh my God. What in the literal hell? Yep. The same person who can't, this is Saturn Mars, the same person who can't read and follow simple step instructions, the same person who doesn't know inflate from deflate and has to wait on her husband to return home, who then proceeded looking at her like, girl, you are dumb. The same person who hasn't grown their skills or learned anything from doing the same job for over 10 years. Editing style is still the same, music usually the same, content definitely stays the same. She didn't understand fabric cubes yesterday. She has terrible anxiety just dealing with her own singular child. There is no way she could manage a classroom, such Dare says. Accomplished sell, not to mention the laughs and ridicule she'll get for her body. Kids are absolutely ruthless and she wouldn't last a day without breaking down and crying. Silver mentioned she would be required to turn in any suspected abuse. She won't turn herself in. Curious Mama says, oh, but her fellow teachers would absolutely turn her in when they saw poor little Andy. Funky Pedal says, back during the baby boom era when teachers were hired after 2 years of kinder college, and not the professionals they are today, my useless grade 4 teacher literally set up a projector and ran films all day. The movies and documentaries were our babysitter. I thought of this teacher immediately when this was posted. That'll be Alex. Let the TV take care of it. Pearl says, a teacher laughing my ass off. Unbelievably full of shit as usual. She wanted to be an actress, model, singer. She barely finished high school. Also, she had never spent any time with children prior to having Anderson. It's very obvious. Can't wait to hear Nella's reaction to this. Is she going to be homeschooled Anderson? Is she going to homeschool Anderson like Nancy did for her? Oh my God, I hope not. She's far too dumb and lazy to do that. And clearly the school of Nancy did nothing for her. Sad Alfalfa says, I think she mentioned it in a couple of videos years ago, but I guarantee she would not last a day. I taught for 8+ years, and the amount of education training and dealing with parents, admin, planning, grading, constant meetings, behaviours, etc. She'd have a mental breakdown immediately. Kids have no filter, and we know she doesn't have tough skin to deal with criticism well at all. I think she thinks teaching is an art and crafts, hanging out with kids all day. Well, she wants to be an art teacher maybe, but not doing kind of stuff that Nella does. She can't even hang out with her son 40 hours a week, let alone 30+ kids. To be fair, in her earliest vlogs Q&A, she did mention wanting to be a teacher and also model, actress and singer. Fucking delusional. Curious Mama says, okay, she mentioned it once. I never saw it. Why be fair to a pedo supporter and one that neglects her child and one who gives women image issues? And teachers people that it's okay. Is it fair to her to stepsister? Sorry, is it fair to her stepsister? Is it fair to Anderson? Is it fair for the women that she lies to? Tell her it's not fair on her channel. Exactly. Well, this is interesting. I haven't read that comment either. I want to see Alex's content would look like if she had sub-zero access to our Reddit. I really feel like she has a checklist of things we all talk about to make sure she addresses them on her vlogs. We are the friends she mentions. I think it's crazy she says friends and not mentions names like she used to. It's because she doesn't have any names because they're imaginary friends. Why? Because contained again. Sweetheart. Such a fucking boring ball pit with hardly any colours in there. I was like, yellow is the one that stands out the most. This is the best money ever spent on your son. Why? Because it's another container? Yep. He can't walk, barely stand, unsupported. How about switching gears to spend unrestricted quality time with your son instead of money on more things that used to stunt his growth? Yes, because she doesn't have to actually interact with him and she can just sit on the couch and watch him play. Watch him? No, she's watching her phone. Move Suspicious says, Alex, stop showing your son online making money off him and linking his toys for kickback coin and commission. That money you make from showing him doesn't go back into him. No, it doesn't. You exploit your son on the internet to strangers so you can treat yourself to self-care days, restaurants, clothing hauls, and Amazon shopping sprees. Your child who was shown without his consent is basically working for free while you profit and complain about buying him $3 yogurt. Yep. She bought the smallest ball pit just to match her house aesthetic. That's right, miserable party. Glim says some place to dump him so he can stay out of her hair. Staten says she just removed the balls from the bassinet and put them in the ball pit. He needs more active and creative options. Does he have any blocks, crayons, or something to climb? Nope. Yep, just pop him in there and forget about him for a while, and she will do that. Weird, you could have had this at 9 months old, not almost a 2-year-old. Silveridge says at least he can get in and out of this one. The sides are foam rubber. She showed him scooting over the side to get out a while back, but he will grow out of it quickly, just like his clothes. She should have sized up to a bigger pit. Yep. That's a tiny pit. Well, he'll probably actually can't get out based on his motor skills. It's fucking sad, man. Sad. Most says, laughing out loud, she only posted this because someone here called her out on being a cheap ass and using the bassinet as a ball pit. Okay, I thought so, but wasn't sure if it was the bassinet. It sure was. I can't believe she left him in that all this time. She needs a parenting class stat. I think this ball pit is worse than the one at DashCon. Okay, Alfalfa says, I can't get out of here. I thought he was walking as she showed it. Sacred Strength says, not straight on, like a glimpse of 2 steps she will show. I don't know if he knows he can get out. He hangs on the side, but I don't know if he knows he can get in and out. And if Alex doesn't, and won't show him, unless she does now, of course. Hey, Alex. He can take a few wobbly steps, but he can't walk like a normal toddler. He mostly does a one-arm scoot. Pitiful. Laughing Buddha says, how about putting a jungle gym? Yep, in that yard that you let Bruno shit all over, Alex. Use it for play instead of a damn litter box and pick up after your dog. And she'll use the excuse that he's too young for a gym just yet and it's snowing. Okay, Alfalfa says, I don't get why this is so fun, but I'm not a small child. It's probably big to him. He's confined to tiny little areas. They're balls, of course. Children are going to like little coloured balls. But she got him the most dull coloured balls I've ever seen. Fire Siren says, literally the laziest and least attentive mother on YouTube. Like, look at the colours. When my nieces had these, they had red, orange, green, purple, but not him. Alright, sorry, but does anyone know what blender this is? So much more convenient than a big one with a handle. Okay, now back to snarking. What happened to her podcast? She's a loser. That's what happened to her podcast. Yes. Move Suspicious says, Alex, I just don't feel like weighing in every week. Correction, you don't want to be accountable for your weight loss journey you started, used for content, shielded and profited from, and lied about for 8 months. Now, I'm hoping I'm not repeating myself, guys, but I feel like I better do it all over again just to make sure that my voice comes through this time. Anyway, so now she doesn't want to weigh in every week, editing the scale and filtering herself down to 100 pounds. Got to be too annoying for her. She can't even stick to her own lies anymore. Look at her face while she's saying she doesn't feel like weighing in every week. Girl, nobody told you to start with WW in the first place. See how she gets this shit? Just to turn it around and yell at us, telling us shut the fuck up about her weight. As if we begged her to start this bullshit weight loss journey. She did this to herself, but now, because she can't keep up with the lies, she wants to stop, but not before blaming us. Girl, you did this. You shielded WW. You made money off it and used it for content. How typical of her. Yes, it makes no sense to be so close to your goal weight, but to stop now. She wasn't close and couldn't filter anymore. I agree. Exactly. We are calling her out on her bullshit, and kind of like fupa removal she knew was going to get busted. Move Suspicious says, yep, exactly the same thing. Crazy. It's 6 years later and she still never learned from that experience. She claims she regrets that lie, but has continued lying even more since. Yep. Disastrous Option says, yes, she will never learn from her lies and will never take accountability. She needs to get off the internet. Beginning Guest says, did she lie about getting it done or what happened there? Okay, Beginning Guest needs to learn about Alex. Disastrous Option says she got the fupa removal and did not say anything about it, and I think someone noticed it and called her out on it because she acted like it was targeted weight loss. She is such a liar. Not your average reaction. Did a video on it 2 weeks ago. Obese to Beast calls her out. Big Al Ducas Rodriguez for lying about having stomach chop retro react. Get ready for her stuff you rant. Look at her triggered face and her 4 chins popping and her hand up like that. Look at her manic eyes, all pissed off. She says this shit. She doesn't feel like weighing in anymore. Girl, all of it was bullshit to begin with. How dare you? And this one, my God, looks like Alex. It really does. If Alex was a man, it would look like this. This is why WW, she couldn't keep up with editing the fake scale and maximum stretch filters anymore. Disastrous Option says, exactly, where is the accountability and YouTube regulations in all this? I mean, with the fupa removal and not accountability for that and her pedo dad story coming out, how is she not cancelled? Don't know. Calligrapher Late says, this is what I want to know. But the 50-pound weight loss also, is this angle too. I mean, I guess with her hair tilted the way to the backside, it looks like a 90-degree angle laughing my ass off. And you got that little... That's actually cute compared to her. Disastrous Option says, take accountability, you dumb... You can read that word. What happened to her dainty slim hands? Those fingers look like sausages. They match the hot dog rolls under her absent jaw now. Right, look at her face while saying this shit. First she was taking a break from WW. Now she's saying she never said that and is still tracking points but doesn't feel like weighing. Oh my God, the lies are insane. If she was losing, she would only be happy to rub it in our faces. Abso-fucking-lutely. Why do you think she stopped? It's because she's gained. She's one of the most smug people in existence and wouldn't hear the end of it. That's right. I'm stupid phobic. Move Suspicious says, right, she didn't want to fake it anymore but can't say that she is, so instead she doubles down and blames us for somehow. What the fuck? Unbelievable. Not smart enough to keep up with her own lies. Hence why I wish she would not read on Reddit. She learns too way much here. She lurks taking notes to try and disprove everything we say. Yep, such an evil, vile. See you next Tuesday. Disastrous Option says, it is on her own terms. That's right, she is an overgrown narcissist. Okay, Alfalfa, you are not tracking points. If you were, you want to know how you are doing every week and get on the scale. If you were going to meetings, they weigh you every week. Well, she would never. Common Situation. Yes, the lies are constant. That's why she cannot keep up. She exposes herself in every damn video. Wild Ordinary says she can't keep up with her lies or hygiene. She's too busy stuffing her face and sitting on her. You can read that. Pink Loving Girl says she can't do anything hard. She wants to eat junk and have the weight fall off. Wouldn't that be nice? That is not how life works. You have to work for what you want. Exactly why her channel is dying. Her content is boring and she doesn't even try to make it better. On top of all the controversies, learn self-discipline. Wonderful Bake says she refuses to ever be deprived. That's why she won't go on GLP-1, in my opinion, which objectively is the only way to lose weight. Calorie deficit. Like for her, must always be cozy, delish, heart exploding, indulgent and excessive. It's a pathetically juvenile mentality to have at 33 years old. Don't forget she's mentally stunted at 12 though. Move Suspicious says exactly, and she refuses to be honest about that. At least own it. Like if someone is constant screw up, they fail at everything and always quit. Usually they can at least admit their own faults, but not Alex. She won't ever blame herself. Even this is somehow other people's fault, not hers. That is what makes her a narcissist. She only lies and turns the story around, but then gaslights up by saying she's innocent and was falsely misunderstood by mean trolls online who put pressure on her and misconstrued everything. Like, wait a minute, what? She would not last 1 week in a corporate job. Wonderful Bake, she would absolutely flounder in corporate America. She is so fortunate to be in the situation she is, and she takes it all for granted. If I had the luxury of all that extra time on my hands that she has, I would be in the absolute best shape of my life, period. Well, she's in a shape. Just happens to be triangle. She's never told herself no a day in her life, and it shows. Yep. Nancy never taught her self-discipline, and she clearly hasn't taught herself either at 33 years old. The sad part is her son sure won't be learning anything about discipline either. Anytime he comes home saying he doesn't want to do XYZ, Alex will say, you never have to. That's right. Gloomy says, she's getting huge. Holy shit. Move Suspicious, that's the real reason she quit faking WW. She couldn't keep up with the lies anymore. Gloomy Art says, correct. It's jarring to look at her. She's going to go beyond her pre-surgery weight fast. Your lips to God's ears, Gloomy. Move Suspicious, if she's currently pregnant, she will be at high risk bed rest and will be over 400 pounds. Few Classroom says, that's what she wants because she doesn't want to take care of Anderson. She wants an excuse to lay around and act helpless. Okay, Alfalfa, can you imagine the vlog from her bed? We think it's boring now. Oh my God, I'll be like... avocado, only the pregnancy version, and she'll still lie about it all. She'll say she can't let the haters win. Yep, nothing is ever honest. Cancel this BITCH already. Didn't she just tell Wendy to relax about her points? Yes, she did. Didn't she just say she was officially taking a break from WW? Why all the unnecessary lies? She's so wishy-washy and inconsistent, buried in a mountain of lies. She said she was taking a break from points. Make up your mind, Alex. Isn't WW all about points? If she takes a break from points, doesn't that defeat the purpose of WW? Yep. Beanson says, anyone who is still following her is a low IQ moron. Absolutely. She's 20 pounds from her goal weight of 250 and yet she's going to stop now? Wake up, you idiots. She's lying. Move Suspicious says, right. If it were real, she would have continued and then maintained. None of it was real, but she's tired of faking it all. Okay, Alfalfa says, I thought she was only 10 pounds away. Yes, she is lying. Lurking Lobo, Alex is really leaning into her villain role. Her true colours are coming out. Her cult loves her. Disastrous option, yep. It's called the colour Spawn of Nasty Nancy. Can you imagine you look like this and this is your stopping point for weight loss? This is Pearls. Move Suspicious said, if she's pregnant at this size, she is abusive as fuck to her unborn child already. Rice Silly, if you aren't mentally stable enough to face the music, the scale at least once a week, go get therapy. She didn't want to edit fake the scale anymore. It was never really real to begin with. She got caught recycling old footage and using software to copy-paste onto a screen. She didn't want to keep up with the charade anymore and got sick of editing slimming filters. I know, but I'm saying as if we didn't know and believed her lies. It's still stupid as fuck for a 30-year-old to be afraid of the scale. She's afraid of anything that would tell her something she doesn't want to hear. Most recent, this is wonderful bake. Most recent vlog comment. Guess there's the answer. Still as big as she is, there's no reason for her to be stopping. Are you weighing in every week because you're trying to get pregnant, or already preggo maybe? Yeah, that's right. And she just gave it a love heart and didn't answer that comment. She liked that comment. She's fucking disgusting and a liar. If she's pregnant, people should be mortified, not congratulating her. The people with the brains will be mortified. MG Grom says, in other words, she can't be bothered to be held accountable. What a sorry excuse of a woman. Yep, the unrelated or non-existent word in her vocabulary. Accountability. Why is YouTube not cracking down on this? How does she get away with this? Move Suspicious says, it's infuriating. Mundane Break. Isn't this insane that Alex, Amberlynn and Anna O'Brien have been on and off weight loss journeys for like 10 years at this point? Until they stop getting views, they will continue the charade. Data aggravating. She can't say she lost more than 50 pounds. It would get her called out for lying, just like Fubergate. Well, she said that she has. She wants to hurry up and get pregnant so she can eat the house down in peace. Agreed, she isn't sick and her lies are all documented. How is she not embarrassed? Because she has no shame. Prestigious says, laughing my ass off. Of course she doesn't want to weigh in every week because it's pointless. She doesn't care. She is a pathological liar, Move Suspicious says. Soft Development says, let's all be honest, we saw this coming. Big L, nothing but consistency with her cycles. Or should we say eras? She gets excited and starts X, simultaneously shields and lies about it for X number of months, gets backed into a corner, gives us a lame excuse and tells us to stuff you at her next, and starts her next thing. As for the weight loss, give it 6 to 8 months and she will be back on it again. But this time with even bigger weight loss. Sure, Jan, why don't you just go and tell us about it on your wildly popular podcast? Oh, yeah, podcast that she only did two about. Oh, look at that long day. I noticed in today's vlog that she's always vlogs from the chest up. Yep, she does always vlog from the chest up. Like when she's making smoothies, you couldn't even see her prep or make her because she has the camera so high. I suspect because she doesn't want to show her stomach. Yeah, because she's put on so much weight. Possibly, but she showed in her past vlogs if she's pregnant, she only about 6 to 7 weeks. Her last period was around December the 5th, so she wouldn't be showing yet at all. Left hand, wow, really, you big fat, and then it's a picture of that. You can't afford $3 for your son's basic needs, but drop money on shitty decor at every chance you get. Stuff you. And soon we will get the I don't want to talk about weight chat. Move Suspicious says, yeah, after she welcomed everyone to join her journey with her, only while it benefited her though. That's right. Alex's time. Cakes and games. Anyone who was serious about weight loss would weigh themselves at least once a week or on the same day. At the same time, it's literally the only way to keep track of progress to see if it's time for dietary or exercise change. Move Suspicious says people who actually care about weight loss don't eat the entire month of December, shoving the Debbie cakes, pizza, donuts and Chinese food in their gullet every other day. Alex was never seriously trying ever. You said since December, Move Suspicious? Since October, darling. Since October. Scared Strength. Alex, the scam is up. That's all. You have gained weight, not lost. You shielded the bullshit for a while and now you just want to stuff your face. Beach Hussy says she needs to get off the damn internet. She's not an honest person. Constantly lies about everything. It's just insane to me that she has people that actually believe her bullshit. Yeah, I know. That's because they're unintelligent just like her. I wish I could talk to her in person because I've been there, but I had gastric bypass and it worked because I had therapy. I know this cycle and she is going to be on it forever. Absolutely she will, and I love that for her because she doesn't deserve better. 4 chins, size 4 shoulders. Yep, stupid stands. That's exactly right. 3 years ago. Geez, look how thin she was back then. Even though I'm sure she still had the filters on. Chill or boring? Absolutely fucking boring. Not weighing in because she's trying to get pregnant or already? No, please no. Alex dropped out of high school going into the 10th grade. She was 300 pounds, 10th grade people, and Nancy said she would be homeschooled. No school, but Nancy brought her down to Mexico to get the lap band, and she lost 50 pounds from throwing up. YouTube link. Oh, God. Oh, geez. Must we? Must we? Oh. 2 days ago, Ya on Reddit. Does anyone think Ya secretly posts here on Reddit talking smack about Big Al? I don't think so. I believe that he might read it, but I don't think that he would write. Well, this is something I didn't say, so let's get... I didn't put this in my last one. Must have missed him. New Hampshire girl. No, I don't think he cares at all. He seems very detached from her. He's just in it for the money. I agree. He literally does not care at all. I don't think Ya cares enough to dredge up any negative feelings towards Alex online. He just coexists with her, totally checked out of a relationship. He's probably hoping to run out the clock on Alex's health. But if she outlives her financial use to him, he'll eventually leave her. She is a paycheck to him. He wouldn't want to jeopardise a money train. He doesn't get online and defend her either. That's true, he stays completely out of it. If he were here, he should be putting that time and energy into his son. No, I think he's busy stretching in the other room. He's working during a district employee holiday week, cleaning the humidifiers in his room. He's mowing the lawn at night and after a long day at work. Yep, it's called avoidance. Even the stupidest person can feel it. Laughing my ass off. No, but I bet Nasty Nancy does. She seems too dumb to use Reddit. Laughing my ass off. He probably lurks and doesn't post. Hiya. Honestly, he has his job time with Anderson, tech and cars. He doesn't care about social media. I don't think he cares what people say, although you would think he would care about what is said about his son's milestones or what crappy mother Alex is. True. Nah, he doesn't care about her, barely knows her, simply tolerates her through gritted teeth. And you can tell the way he looks at the camera sometimes. He has that smirk because he knows we all know he's using her for money. Disastrous Option says, and knows Big Bubba is too stupid to figure it out. She is just longing for his affection. She is so delulu. Absolutely. Okay, Wide Sound says, I don't think our posts here, but I think he lurks. So do people he knows, like co-workers, neighbours and family members. I agree. Do you think she brushes Anderson's teeth? No. I don't think she does at all. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Big Al reaction channels. Who do you all prefer or don't like? This is by Mission Mess. I like the Not Your Average reaction channel. They are just so funny and dead on, but not in a dramatic way. That's my vibe. His edits make it great. I love them. Becca Bagubu says, Not Your Average. Nella screams. Oh, okay. Not Your Average. Nella screams and sings too much and says the same thing over and over. I gave up on Priscilla a long time ago. Oh, Priscilla's off the channel now. Mama Goob pissed me off after her review of Big Al and giving her too much grace of her daddy's explanation video. Won't ever go back. Honey Bison is awesome, but she isn't consistent and does 2+ hour long catch-ups rather than real-timed views. Nella is way too much, and wait, what happened with Mama Goob? She is pretty boring. She just talks much about shit I don't care about. I'm not there to know about stuff. Oh, too much. Oh, Mama Goob. Yeah, Mama Goob. Okay, so they're saying this about Mama Goob. She just talks too much shit and I don't care about laughing out loud. Not to be mean, I'm not there to know stuff about her personal life. Entrepreneur Girl says, yeah, I agree. She never brings up anything that should be called out. She really doesn't add much to the conversation at all. I like her opening music though. MG gave a pass to, Mama Goob gave a pass to Alexandra after the daddy only had sex with a child fake apology video. She had some ridiculous reaction about giving, oh God, Condra Grace, and that she had a pedo in her family and they always made sure to be cordial. What? Then after that, she got dragged and of course she tried to backpedal. However, it was too effing late. Also, MG is always Mama Goob is always fence sitting with the fat fraud. If you can't drag a lying fraudulent child grape victim mocking POS, then just stuff you. Agree with all the above. Which channel is Nella? I have a suspicion. No, so I'm just reacting. I thought so. She's some funny stuff, but boy is she loud. Not your average reaction. Agree with above exactly. I only watch Not Your Average, and thank God for him, because I was getting frustrated with all the other ones. They only talk about themselves. Well, I don't think I talk about myself that much. And go on long anecdotes that they have nothing to do with Alex. Skip over the video and don't call out stuff. Well, you're certainly not watching me, love. That's for sure. Literally same here, has been the absolute best. Not Your Average reaction is hilarious as fuck. Move Suspicious says, I like and watch pretty much all of them except for Mama Goob. Never liked her reacts. She's boring to me. The rest are great. Each has their own unique and style personality. I wish Alan Roberts and Honey Bison would jump back on the expose her on a regular basis how they were before, especially since she's going to Florida to visit her pedo father next month. The more people with larger channels talking about that, the better. I don't want that to get swept under the rug. It will never be swept under the rug, darling. We will always mention her pedophile father. Not when we know she takes Anderson to visit Roger. True Peach says, so true. Mama Goob is an Alex apologist. I didn't know that. She got dragged for sticking up for Alex. How the fuck could she stick up for Alex? Supporting a child rapist. Oh my God, then was backtracking faster than Alex eats an extra large pizza. All this apologist in here for Alex is batshit crazy. I cannot believe the complaints of reactors being too harsh. Let's keep it light and happy for the lying fraud, who actually neglects her son and supports a child rapist, and worse, mocks the rape victims. What the fuck? When Mama Goob did that video, I unsubscribed. She quickly realised that it was a mistake to give Alex any grace for her support of her channel or her convicted pedo father. My God, I didn't know that. How could she? She even mentioned how much her channel took a hit for that. Yeah, same. She's so weird. Also, always trying to ride the fence for that FAT fraud. And now dyeing her dark brown hair blonde, constantly stroking her hair. I think she actually is an Alex fan. Entrepreneur says, Mama Goob is so boring, but that's disgusting she did that. I'm unsubscribing for sure. NYAR is my favourite, especially when his boyfriend joins. The edits are awesome. I have no idea who that is. It's TCB. I like TBC, but sometimes I can find her too abrasive. Yeah, a lot of people say they used to find Priscilla abrasive. I'm very much like her. I can't help it. It's the way I am, guys, and I know I'm not for everybody. I do only watch her Reddit reacts when I'm cross-stitching or cleaning. It's like multitasking. I don't enjoy Nella as much as I used to. The whole pushing merchandise and joining her YouTube membership is kind of putting a bad taste in my mouth. Like, don't complain when Alex is trying to get Instagram memberships when you are doing it too. I can't stand Mama Goob. I haven't watched her in a while, but it always felt like she liked Alex. It's weird that everyone's saying that about Mama Goob. Secret she keeps. I think that too about Nella. I liked her before she started pushing her own fitness, Instagram, and making everything about herself versus Alex. I was subbed for a reaction channel, not to buy her merchandise or to be a member. How can she bash Alex for linking when she is making money herself from this? Maleficent Judy, Not Your Average reaction is my absolute favourite, especially the videos with both him and his man. Oh, okay, so he has a partner. I enjoy TCB mostly, but have to be in the mood to watch and listen. Mama Goob is a hit or miss for me. Felt like she gave Dukes a pass during her daddy confession and have stepped down watching her reacts mostly. I really want to like I'm Just Reacting because she's funny and spot on with her commentary, but some days the screeching is too much. Country Shade Tree is okay. I listen to her when I work sometimes. She catches a lot of things. She does. Tara is very good with catching things that others don't catch. She catches a lot of things in the vlogs that a lot of others miss. Any reaction exposing this wrench is good though. Got to keep the foot on her neck. Yeah, I agree with that, Maleficent. Typical handle. I agree with I'm Just Reacting being too screeching. Sometimes she makes good points, but the screaming is too much. But hey, we all like different things. That's just Nella's personality. Silveridge, never could stand screeching at the top of your lungs. Zem says, Tissue's tea is my favourite. I like pretty much everyone except Mama Goop. She's too PC for me, too wimpy when it comes to being afraid to speak the truth. I fucking hate that. I hate that with a passion. Move Suspicious says, love Tissue and agree Mama Goop is a snoof fest. Valuable basis. Priscilla was my favourite, but she was taking a while to upload, so I got into NYAR, and now I watch him. They're pretty both great. Shikara is a bit weird, in my opinion. I get the worst vibes and energy from Shikara. I can't watch her. Wow. She said something about toilet training her baby at 4 months, and I could not. Really? Emotional escape. That's crazy. I don't know why so many like her. It's like when you are introduced to someone, everybody loves you and are just sussing them out and wondering why people like them and can't see them for what they really are. Her time will come and people will see. Not Your Average Reaction. He and Not Your Average Boyfriend have changed the game on reactions for Big Al Dukas, Dingleberry Rodriguez. I've never laughed harder or agreed more with any of their reactions. Tabitha Pickle says, Not Your Average Reaction. He's hilarious. I loved Honey Bison because she really goes in on her, but not often enough in my opinion. I know she's got other people she wants to cover, but she says she would keep her foot on her neck because she's upset about Big Al being a PDF file supporter. As soon as she came back from her 2-week break, all the reactors stopped making a ton of videos on her. The production value of Not Your Average Reaction videos is unmatched in my opinion. It's like they've been made a TV series starring Big Al and assorted cast of characters. The timing of inserted clips for extra oomph and comedic purposes is brilliant. The commentary is intelligent and puts a spotlight on the underhanded stuff Big Al tries to pull. And it's done in a way to make the viewer really stop and listen and take it all in. The tidbits about info they drop about themselves are sparse and interesting, and it doesn't come across self-absorbed. I love NYAR's videos more than anyone else. They really make solid, watchable, entertaining videos without a bunch of theatrics or vulgarity like Nella and TCB, while also keeping their foot on Big Al's humongous neck. Okay, well, I guess some people don't like the word fuck, do they? I can't change the way I am, or the word see you next Tuesday. Royal tip. My faves are NYAR, Douches and Tea. Both are funny, calm and accurate. Nella screams too much for my taste. TCB Shelley seems to break a blood vessel. She reads Reddit more lately than reacts to Big Al. Well, I react to Alexandra's video, every single video. I don't know what these people want from me, but I react to Alexandra. I've got a full-time job too, so you've got to remember that. Mama, Goob and Shay Tree, boring snooze fest. Not Your Average Reaction and Honey Bison are my favourites. Shikara transformations I have always liked, but she's become insufferable as a new mum. It sucks because I always liked her content, but the power levelling is a lot. She claims she isn't, but she definitely is. It is kind of nice to have someone coming for her that is in similar stage of life though. The other reactors either don't have kids or their kids are older. And since Shikara is currently in early motherhood stage, she has a similar job. Alex, I feel as a little more room to speak on it. I do like when she comes for her diet and could get back to more of that. I agree with this. Okay, there's another one agreeing with that comment about Shikara. Another one agreeing about Shikara. Absolutely too much more to relate to. Have you ventured over to her sub? They're like the old Priscilla sub. Talk about how crazy we are here more than they talk about Eliona. Oh, hang on. Have you ventured over to her sub? They're like the old Priscilla P sub. I like it, Not Average. I like Not Your Average Reaction and his boyfriend. They are my faves. Tissues Teas, and I like Nella's jokes. I enjoy Shelley when she does Reddit reacts. Don't like Mavis and Mudhead or Mama Goop. Mama Goop is annoying. She needs to just shut her channel down. She misses half the stuff that's obvious in the videos. And I got so frustrated with her that I have to shut her off. I liked Priscilla TCB. /TCB, Shelley, when she started, I felt that as a former viewer who previously enjoyed Alex's old content, who also had bariatric surgery, Priscilla brought a measured and honest response. Over time, her reactions have become more about vociferous profanity, oh god, and expletives, rather than how she started, which was actual rational countering of Alex's false narrative. Her early videos, now deleted, felt much more real and authentic versus the character she seems to play now. The fuck? What character? Where it's just raging and complaining about how much she hates watching her, so maybe don't. As a viewer, it's just become tiresome. I'll occasionally listen, but I don't really love her latest style of reading comments for the first half of the video and then reacting. Well, you know what you can do, Pink and Pampered? You can forward. There's always the fast forward button, and I've always said to all my subscribers, if you want to forward, go ahead and forward. I don't expect everyone to read them. I can read comments on my own. I'm here for commentary. It seems like lazy filler content to me. No, it's not. That's not why I do it at all. That's not why I do it at all. I wish Deal With It would come back. She had great listen to me, well-modulated voice, made very debated factual responses, blah, blah, blah. I really like Mavis and Mudhead. They make me laugh, they give meaningful criticism and commentary, and they don't have to go off the rails with screaming and profanity to deliver their points. I liked Deal With It and Becky. Both have good constructive commentary. Priscilla's not here anymore. Is jealous of anyone who gets attention. What the fuck? Wonder if she likes Cherry Cherry. Priscilla loves Cherry Cherry, and so do I. Being praised by her peers. I don't understand why Shelley was the reigning favourite for so long. She is rude and treats others like they are beneath her. Oh my god, I would love to see, this is so eye-opening, I would love to see how I treat people beneath me. Royal Tip says, Priscilla uses other reactors for her content. Who? I don't react to anyone else apart from Alex. And maybe I do. Oh, what's her name? Well, that was Priscilla back in the day. She used to react to a lot more than me. Who do I do now? I just do the average Gen Xer, and I did Cherry Cherry. And I think that's it. I don't do anyone else. Seriously. Then puts them down after I noticed. Hang on. Then puts them down after I noticed. Cherry Cherry is back. Deal With It had great commentary on motherhood. Secrets she keeps. Priscilla is a hothead. Priscilla is gone, unfortunately. She gets mad so easily. If she reads this about herself, she'll freak out. No, she won't. She won't freak out at all. Live demand. Not Your Average Reaction is my number one. Wait, oh God, hang on. Where was I? Is number one in my opinion. They are great and they don't scream and they don't come off smug. They are doing a great job. Second, I like Tissue. I like her style. I like she again doesn't scream and again she is not smug. I like Nella. I like her personality. I like that she explains things. But Nella, you've got to stop screaming. I cannot have this on at home and I can't stand when you start screaming and I've got my earphones on. You can't tell someone, guys, to stop being who they are. I know everyone has their own opinion. Maybe just don't listen to her. You can't tell her to stop screaming. That's her personality. I really liked Priscilla when she started. I liked everything she was saying and got too big for her britches, to be honest, and she is so jealous. Oh my God! She says she's not. But honestly, she had to get the weight loss surgery then. She had all the excess skin cut off. Yes, she did. She wears those tarantula-looking eyelashes, which look ridiculous. That's your opinion. And to me, the worst of it is all she does now is read our Reddit comment that is not a reaction channel. She's making money by just keeping us... no. Priscilla's not making any money because Priscilla's not on any channels. She's making money by just keeping us on. All she does is, again, read our Reddit comment. I wish she would just go back to the way she started. If you don't like it, live demand, don't watch, love. That's all I've got to say to you. Don't watch. There are a lot of people who like Shelley reading which is myself, reading out the comments. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch. I read out these comments because a lot of people don't like going on Reddit to read it themselves. A lot of people don't even know how to go on Reddit. Nella sings too much and talks too much about herself. Shelley is very rude to other creators and other people's commentary. She only likes certain channels but will be jealous if anyone outshines her. What the fuck? Oh my god. She covered Shakara's video but then got mad when everyone gave Shakara attention. When she reads here, if she doesn't agree, she will be rude about it. I will. Yes, I will be rude about it because I'm as honest as they come. I don't have to agree with you. As if we're stupid. No. I never said you guys are stupid. I just disagree to a comment if I feel I need to disagree about it, and that's the way it's going to be. I just think she's mean and she thinks she is better at this than everyone else. Never. I originally liked her, but once she blew up, it went to her head. Oh, God. Her new channel isn't doing well now. It's not her new channel. I know I sound a lot like her. It's Shelley. Let's get it right, guys. Come on, get it right. Secret she keeps says she was everyone's favourite when she first started reacting. Over time, she began to be full of herself. Oh my God, prideful, to be frank. I would rather have pride than be like Alex. She joined together with certain channels, but only if they weren't doing better than her. Whoever gets attention like Ariel, not your average reaction or Shakara, Priscilla gets jealous of. Priscilla's not on the fucking YouTube anymore. I don't understand why you guys keep going about her. Jesus. I have to be in the mood for TCB. I feel like all she does is read Reddits and is too over Alex for me. I get it. We all are. But at the capacity that TCB is, it's not enjoyable for me anyway. That's fine. Don't watch. She absolutely hated Reddit when she had her own subreddit, but now that's gone. Reading her own Reddit posts, She absolutely hated Reddit when she had her own subreddit, but now that's gone. Reading our Reddit posts, 99% of her content. No, it's not 99% of your content. It's just one video that I do. I'm doing this second video because the other one lost voice. TCB, not my favourite. Very repetitive. Negativity. NYAR, more entertaining. Curious Mama. Oh, I didn't know she had her own. Is it more reaction to Reddit than Alex? It is. It's more reaction to Reddit than Alex. No, it's not. How can I react to Alex when she's not posting as much? And I've just recently put in my uploads that I want to do some retro reacts that you guys can comment in the community tab, so I can do more for you guys. I really watch his reactions to Reddit because I've already been there to myself to read them, but I watch most of the reactors. Expose this bee. Says, oh my God, Priscilla reads here. Priscilla is not on the format anymore. She's going to flip when saying this. She has minions who run back telling her everything. Drama will start by this. No, there's no drama at all. Nobody can say a word about her without being an outcast. She will keep track of handle names. Oh my God. Priscilla and me have pretty much the same memory. I can't remember any name someone tells me, let alone remember names on here. All I remember is, what's her name? Oh my God, now I forgot her bloody name. This is how good I am at remembering names. Oh Jesus. Move suspicious. She will keep track of handle names about her and you will be on her hate list. I hope she doesn't read this out in video. It will start a war. No. We are not children to start a war. We are not here to start a war. We're here to make a war against Alex. Wonderful Bake says, I don't know if it will start a war, but yeah, you're so right. She'll be in all sorts of pissy after reading here. Fact is, she really is bitter towards other reaction channels who are clearly bringing in better numbers and are becoming fan favourites. You can tell it bothers her and that she's jealous with her side comments during her reacts, especially... I don't even know who NYAR and HB and Shakara, in my opinion. She's also not entertaining to watch, just vindictive, and it's clear she doesn't want to continue watching Dookie, but forces herself to do it. She skips over half the vlog. I will skip over whatever I feel I need to skip over and what I don't want to watch. Mainly focuses on reacting to this Reddit. Girl, I think it's just time to stop altogether. Don't think so. You wish. Expose This Bee says, yeah, I agree. She was rude reading out one of the comments on here before. She can disagree, but do it in an open-minded, respectful manner. She says that we are all wrong. She says that we are wrong. we'll read our comments like we are dumb, and she's the only one who is ever right. When Shikara was getting lots of attention for that daycare graph she made, Priscilla snapped. It's not Priscilla, it's Shelley. Come on, what about myself, Nella and Tara? We pointed this out too. Yeah, I did say that because we pointed that out years ago. Or months ago. I don't understand. Sorry, not years ago, months ago. It was total jealous. Oh, yeah, real jealous. She didn't like Ariel at all because she quickly became a favourite. Nope. Don't like Ariel because I think Ariel is someone else. Then she's going to hate NYAR. They're the best reaction channel. I don't hate them. I don't hate them at all. I've never said I hate that channel. I think she already does. She skips over comments and posts that are about him. She only likes channels that don't receive attention. When Ariel was popular, Priscilla was so jealous. She copied off Cherry Cherry's avatar in the beginning and is now reacting to her live she did. It's not Priscilla. It's Shelley. Get it right. It makes no sense either. I don't even think she's monetized anymore, which is probably why she doesn't give an F anymore reacting in the first place. Not sure why it gets under her skin so much. If she was creative and had better online presence, personality, made more content other than basically just being a big L hate channel, she would probably bring in better numbers. I couldn't give a fuck about the numbers. Number one, Priscilla's not here anymore. This is Shelley. And I couldn't give a fuck about the numbers. I really couldn't. I've always said I don't care about the numbers. I've got a job. I don't need this to be my, my constant income thing. That is why I said like her Reddit reacts only. I stopped watching her other reactions because it's the same stuff on repeat. She isn't the nicest person. What she did to other previous reactors, oh yeah, and subscribers was wrong. I'm shocked people are speaking out about her. Usually in the past, if anyone did that, they would be downvoted and banned. Expose This Beast says, I know, this is why I said this will start a war. I think many people tiptoe around saying how they really feel about Priscilla. Oh, for fuck's sake. Shelley, they don't want to be shunned out of the group like Alvin and the other lady, I forget her name. Priscilla was top. You either like her or get kicked out. She's exactly like Alex, a bully who makes her subs defend her and attack anyone who says something honest. She makes people afraid to say anything in fear of being cut off from the group. Oh my God. I think they're all fucking delusional. Unbelievable. Nella, NYAR, and tissues for me. I enjoy TCB Reddit reacts, even though I live in this sub. But other than that, Shelley is just too nasty. I'm sorry, I can't stand Alex. And not funny enough. Also love Berry Cousins so friggin' much. Hang on, guys. Just got a message I need to read. Okay. Sorry. Not sure if you're joking, saying Shelley is too nasty. I think Shelley's snark is what makes her one of the best. Thank you, True Peach. If not the best. She and Priscilla are twin troublemakers and I love it. For me, there's no coddling and lying. Thank you. You don't get any lying here. Grifting fraud who mocks child rape victims. That's Alex Condra Rodriguez. I think if I had a channel, I would be worse. If I knew how to, I would, Real Foundation says. There's a comment there that's been deleted. NYAR, so funny. The edits are top notch and hilarious. The video of Alex singing is one of the funniest videos on YouTube. Her and Alan music video was crazy, and Tubby belting out songs as if she was Mariah Carey. TCB Shelley, love her voice and her snark. She is honest, thank you, and tells it how it is. Truthfully, she remembers a lot about Alex as former viewer, and I love that perspective. I also like that she reviews Reddit for more information. That's why I think she's genuine. She's also very funny and brings in her own life experiences that are relatable, and most importantly, doesn't ride the fence like Alex Stans, also known as Mama Goob. Shelley and Priscilla would make a great team. Oh, everyone says that. Thank you, sweetheart. Mavis and Mudhead, funny and sassy and honest. Their edits are Little Move Productions, so very entertaining and very clearly creative. I love them together as they are best friends and adorable. Alejandro, missed them lately. Hope they are okay. Shikara Transformations, she's so honest and tells it like it is. She has the knowledge and reputation to back it up. She makes no apologies for calling out her child neglecting, child grape, mocking POS. Alex, love her for that. Cod Sensitive says, points for mentioning Mavis and Mudhead. I love those ladies. They are creative and funny, but they also squarely have their feet on that bitch's neck. NYAR is my absolute favourite. His edits are chef's kiss. When NYAB joins in, I get happy because they are so funny together and they have great vibe. Also love the Willy Cam and the Leela Bo Bella. I don't know what that means. I enjoy Shakara and Honey Bison. They are both acknowledge, calm and direct. I love that all three of them fitness backgrounds, so they aren't just talking about things and should be doing, not like a lot of others do without knowing what they're really talking about. Not Your Average Reaction is my favourite. His edits are top notch, includes his boyfriend, and it's even better. Shakara Transformations and Honey Bison, though Honey doesn't do them much as thoroughly anymore. I liked Honey Bison, but I find them so long that it's off-putting. She's great though. I don't have the time and I try not to double watch. Why would you want to watch more of Alex? I love them all. Each gives a unique perspective on Alex. Honey Bison, her video calling out her apology after her father was everything. Not Your Average Reaction, that's who I know it is now, is currently my favourite channel that focuses mainly on Alex. I enjoy Shakara Transformations and Berry Cousin videos covering Alex too. I tend to stay away from the reactors who are boring, who lean too much into conspiracy theories. I had a lisp like Alex. Alright. God, that was long. Long, but very eye-opening, I must say. We'll talk about it in the future. Yes. Curious about why the WW break. That's right. And she said, I will talk about it in the future, not throwing caution to the wind or anything, just taking a break from points. Still being balanced and taking the knowledge I got from WW. Oh, God. I don't even know if I want to read this one. Thoughts. Only because I could see the word pregnant in it. Here's what I think she will happen if she's pregnant. Number one, she will have another boy and will be in constant state of overwhelmed and having daily mentee bees. She will have a girl and poor Anderson will be thrown in the corner, much like he is now, with him only being allowed in his room or the playroom. Either way, it's a mess. It's fucking sad is what it is. Chin says, I feel sorry for her girl if she has one. She'll be an awful mum to a girl, like her mum. I can see Alex being jealous of her own daughter, beautiful bronze skin, and hopefully no weight issues. I can see a mummy dearest in her now and in the future. No doubt the future, it goes two ways. The way you said, the other hands down, her many issues to her, which would be sad. She can barely breathe now. She is not getting pregnant. Well, you never know. Whatever the fuck says, yeah, I can't imagine what her being pregnant would be like. I'm overweight too and 16 weeks pregnant with my second around 202 pounds at 5'6", but I feel like I don't look 202 because my nausea started. I was walking several miles a day because it was great for my mental health and made me feel great. I was easily out of breath. I wasn't easily out of breath at all. But now with pregnancy hormones and increased blood volume, I am out of breath so easily, lol. I can't imagine how she would feel, probably wheezing for air. Yikes, really hope she doesn't get pregnant again. Jay Davis says, I was out of breath when I was pregnant also, which is normal if you have a baby taking space and pushing up against your organs. I just can't imagine she will be able to keep going on her walks while pregnant. Well, she's not going on them now and she's not pregnant. Agreed, she won't have time to dress them or comb their hair and take Bruni for a walk because she's so busy trying to catch her breath. I had a friend like that and she got pregnant. Hopefully Bubba isn't pregnant. She doesn't even know how to properly cloth her first child. Jesus, don't add another one to the mix. Exactly, I like how in the vlog Big Al was going on about Andy's feet being so small. Yeah, you know why. FAT Albert, because you consistently jam his body in sleepers that are too damn small. Imagine if she has twin boys. I was wondering how many Alex thinks she's going to have. At least she will have more hobbies to refurnish the entire house again. Alright guys, that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed it and hope to God that it recorded properly this time. So sorry about the other one being cut off. But I will get back to you tomorrow with some other reacts. I hope you enjoyed this. And I will see you in tomorrow's... please leave me a comments down below as well. And I will see you in tomorrow's videos. Bye for now.